Nintendo Switch.
Yo, what's going on, man? Kamikaze Soundwaves, man. And today, the Nintendo NX has finally been given a name. It's been given some kind of identity, and it is now called the Nintendo Switch. So I want to take a very brief amount of time and just say what I think about it. It looks very interesting. It looks very cool. I will say that I have many portable devices, but my thing with portable devices is they're so fragile that you can break them. It looks just by looking at them the wrong way. So my portable devices, I don't make them very portable. I love to use them when I'm laying in the bed, being lazy, laying on the couch, stuff like that. Put them in my pocket, hand them to my kids so they can play on something, so they're distracted, so I can do whatever I needed to do, you know, something like that. It essentially, to me, looks like a tablet. The tablet then plugs into the docking device, which goes to your TV, which seems very, very cool. I like the idea of, you know what, I need to take a shit, so I can just snap that shit on, go in, and or I can, you know, take my tablet as I'm needing to go do something around the house and set it around the corner. Or, I mean, it's a very cool concept. It looks like there's several different ways to operate it. It looks like the docking mechanism obviously is going to be like the console thing, but there's no specs released. There's no frame rate things. I mean, there's no telling how powerful it is so far. It basically, to me, so far, it looks like a Wii U, because it looks like it has a lot of Wii U titles on it. So my question is, I saw when it has the advertisement, it has like people playing Splatoons. I think someone was playing the Super Mario 3D World. So what does that mean? Is this essentially just a Wii U with a new way to play it? There's no answers out at this moment, so I can't tell you anything. I don't know. But it does look that way to me, that it's just a really new, cool way to play your Wii U. So my question in that sense is, well, if it's turning into another Wii U console, then what happens to this guy? What did I pay for this for? I mean, what the hell is this? I mean, what does this become? Just the side console? I mean, what am I supposed to do with this that I paid almost $350? What happens to this? And fair enough, you know, I understand them being upgraded to a different console, but when it's the same thing, but it's just a different way to use it, I don't know if I'm okay with that. Also, what happens to this guy? What happens to this guy? Now everything, all the games are portable and stuff like that. So the new Nintendo 3DS, which God, I don't remember how much I paid for this. Well, actually, my wife bought this for me as a present. What happens to this? And by the way, I'm not a huge fan of this thing. Stop it! No! But seriously, what happens to this thing? Why do I have one of these? Now I no longer needed it. What do I need this for? I don't need this for anything. If that's what if that's what you guys are going to put out, then this thing has become irrelevant. I'm sure there'll be titles, etc., but it looked like in the commercial where whoever put the game in the cartridge thing, it looks like it could be the size of a 3DS game, so maybe those things will still be compatible with it. I hope that's the case, because I hope my very small library of 3DS games can still be usable for it. But, you know, I am not jumping off the gate saying I will be in line the first day this thing comes out. Nope. Now, listen, until I see more, then yes, absolutely. If it's something that just blows my mind, that it's something a lot more than what I think it is right now, maybe I'll be that guy in the line. Highly doubt it. Because Nintendo just doesn't do anything for me anymore. You can fucking say whatever you want to, man, but Nintendo lost me a long time ago. I've had a GameCube, I've had a Wii, just like everybody else in the entire world, including my grandma. Wii U, obviously, I own 2 Wii U's. One is for my kids, and they love it. I mean, it's such a great console to have for my kids, because they can all play together. They can all experience games together at the same time, and that's what I like. You know, I don't want them to be, you know, one in one room playing on one thing and one on the other one playing. So my whole motto with the kids is they play, you know, together. You know, if they want to play a game, they sit down, they play together, whether it be Mario Party 10, which sucks, Mario Kart, whatever, man. Splatoons, etc., they can all play somewhat together, and that's what I like about the console. That if they want to play games, they play them together, and it's another really cool concept. I think about it. If like, so my other Wii U it's mostly for my youngest son, because the other three, they go to school, and he basically gets the thing to himself, and anything that comes into the house, it's Mario, Sonic, anything like that, it's automatically his. I do see a really cool, like idea of him, taking it around the house and playing with it, or him like playing with his brother on the side with the controllers on the table and stuff like that. It's a really cool concept, and I think it's even cool for people who travel. If people, me, I don't travel, so that whole like portability aspect of it doesn't do a whole ton for me, because I don't travel. I go to work, I come home. But my thing is, even if I did happen to know I would be on an extended period of leave, it's a cool idea knowing that I can take it with me. But me, with my portable consoles, I'm terrified that I'm gonna break them because they're portable. Like, I mean, I have a cell phone it's a $800 cell phone, which is the Galaxy S6 Plus when I bought it, and it's cracked on the side and cracked on the other side because I've dropped it so many times. I mean, the thing is, if this thing is gonna be very expensive, you drop it once, it's done, it's gone. That's not, you know what I mean? I don't want to sit there and spend this amount of money for me to make one slip up of a mistake and it's just flat out gone. So, if it is a portable console, that's a very, very, very cool idea. I like the idea of being able to use it around the house, and but just for me personally. But anybody who's like a traveler who goes around the world, and they need to go to these gaming expos and stuff like that. I don't have money to do that. I got 4 kids. I can't do things like that. I don't think for me to do it outside of the house and stuff like that is a logical idea, because I can't afford to fix it if it breaks or replace it. Some people may be able to, but the idea of it is so cool. There's also, it looks like, so when you detach the 2 handles on the side, you can hand one to your friend, and you can play on these little mini things like Mario Kart. I saw in the trailer that they were playing with the one had one had the other, so it's like almost, it has a little kickstand on the tablet, and you can sit there and you guys can play the stuff. That seems very, very, very cool. It also boils down to price point. God knows how much this thing is going to cost. I haven't seen anything about its numbers, but for something like this, I think if they go over $400, I think that is a huge mistake. $400, I think, is just an excessive amount of money for almost a Nintendo tablet, if you will. Because I think that's what it boils down to, being a tablet, a playable tablet with controllers. Because that's basically what it looks like to me. I could be mistaken, it could be much more, but to me it basically looks like a very high powered console tablet. But the ways to play, I think, is also very interesting, along with the detaching the controllers. I saw in the preview that there's almost like some kind of metal plate that you put around your actual controllers that come off of the actual tablet console. That looks very cool, but also you could use like almost like a pro controller, if you will. It looks like from the commercial that they kind of altered a little bit, where the sticks are a little bit altered. They're staggered, where kind of like the Xbox controller, one's up, one's down. How the Wii controller kind of had them like up here. Now it's kind of more like this, more like an Xbox controller, which I'm cool with. For buying this console, yes, I'm sorry, I'm not a huge fan of Nintendo. I'm just not. Will I get one? That depends on the price point. That depends on the specs. It also depends on the game lineup. It depends on what it's going to bring to the table. If it's just another Wii U that's kind of portable, I don't know if I'm necessarily on track with that, or if I'm okay with that. I don't really necessarily want to buy a Wii U that I can play outside of my house, because I barely touch my Wii U and Nintendo DS in the house. And even though the DS is portable, and I don't even take that out of the house. I'm not a portable gamer type person. I got too much stuff going on when I'm doing things, so when it's time for me to actually play games, I need to be hunkered down in a seat doing my thing. I can't be out moving around, blah blah blah. I have small hours dedicated to when it's time to game. So for me to sit there and think that it's okay for me to play a game wherever, but that's just me, okay? For the rest of the population, it seems like a very cool idea. But then again, like I said, the price point, what it brings to the table, is it an upgraded Wii U? The graphic specs a lot more than what they're bringing to the table already with the Wii U. All that plays a factor. And I mean, I'm just, me personally, Nintendo lost me a long time ago. I hope they, even Zelda, I mean, it just doesn't do anything for me anymore. I mean, Ocarina of Time, I've spent many hours in that game. But anyway, so it looks really cool. I hope it is what it is. But, me being raised with all these video games over the years, you have to be cynical, because a lot of times, more times than none, you get what you're not promised. You get shown something that looks one way, and then when it's on market day one, it's completely exactly not what it was promised to be. So there's so many different implications, and I have never been a person who just wants to go out and rush and buy the thing day one. I always let it come out, get fleshed out, let people tell me if it's good, if it's bad. I don't like to be sitting there and making my own judgments, but I don't have that much money to spend to sit there and say I can spend out $400 on a console where it's something I won't be using. I need to know if it's something that I genuinely will use on a day-to-day basis, or something that I really want. So anyway, long story short, man, thanks for watching this Kamikaze Soundwaves. I just want to speak a few minutes about the Nintendo Switch, because it does look cool. I just kind of want to put my viewpoints on it. And anyway, thanks for watching. Later.